Hi, everybody. As you hop on, can you tell me if you can hear me okay? I'm just going to go ahead and make sure I'm live in the Facebook group and see if I'm live on YouTube. And then at 8 p.m., I believe Amanda's going to share me over to the Crafty Bunch. Okay, I see me in that. And I want to share the link. Okay. And I'm just going to check to see if I am in YouTube. Okay. Let me just check. Okay. So I have 2 minutes before Amanda will be over. So I'm just going to go ahead and get started. Hi, Michelle. So I can see comments. Can you hear me okay? So welcome, everyone. I hope everyone is enjoying the page hub for the Fall Flair collaboration. So I'm streaming here in Facebook on my business page and on YouTube. And okay, thank you, Michelle. Thank you. Hi, everybody. So I hope everyone is enjoying today's page hop. If you haven't been able to catch any of them, you can go over to the Crafty Bunch Facebook page or the Creative Course Collaboration. And I believe you can watch all the replays on those. There has been amazing projects all day and some really great tips and ideas. And I'm excited to be able to share with you another project tonight. And I think Amanda's going to share me over to the other pages that I need to get on. But while I'm waiting, I'm just going to go over some of the information from the Fall Flair program. It is, if you've been watching today, you got to see a variety of the makers that are participating in this. And I'm sure you got to see some of the projects that are part of the collaboration bundle. And like all the makers are explaining, it is an amazing, huge, huge project pack bundle full of creative tutorials and lots of inspiration for fall. So let's see if I can show you real quick. See if I can. Well, actually, I'll wait to do that when I change my screen. But I think what I'll go ahead and do is go ahead and change you down to my project so I can explain to you what I'm going to be working on tonight. It was a hard decision, and I actually just kind of finalizing plans actually when I was testing my page earlier. Now, unfortunately, for some reason, the screen is only showing this little bit, and we were trying to figure that out before, but We're just not able to get it. So hopefully you can see okay, and it'll work for tonight. So what I did is I prepared a board ahead of time, painted it up, and did some crackle and things like that, because I thought tonight it would be fun to share a stencil with you that I have recently got in stock and just love it so much. So I thought I would share that with you for tonight's project. But before I go any further, I want to just show you real quick some of the projects in case you're just joining part of the page hop. We have a bundle all put together with this amazing package of tutorials, and it's called Fall Flair, and it's 9 tutorials with all these great techniques: painting the sunflower, lots of mixed media, watercolor. There's just so much gorgeous stuff, projects. But the best part is you're getting all these different creative instructors for it, and it just makes it, you get so much from them. And then, oh, I can't forget this beautiful tablescape. They will start to finish walk you through creating that. But for a limited time, you are able to get these 4 additional tutorials in the bundle. For $37, you get everything. And that is a huge deal. So you get 4 more bundles or tutorials with it included. So you're getting basically 13 tutorials for like less than $3 a class. And then on top of it, some of the classes have additional offers where you can get kits or different things like that. So for instance, my project is I did this Hey Boo Halloween sign. And when you join, you have an option to get this kit for the surface. And then you can paint it along with me in the class. And I walk you through how I created mine, but I give lots of ideas and inspiration on other ways that you could put that together. So I just wanted to go over that real quick for you. And okay, good. Hi, Amanda. Hi, everybody. I was just sharing the pictures again for those that may have not seen it, and I explained that they should go back and watch the replays for all the fantastic projects today from the amazing creators. And actually, what I'm going to do next is I'm going to show you mine. And to do that, I'm going to switch the screen because mine's pretty big here. So let's see it this way. This is the project that I did for the Fall Flair Halloween edition. This would be one of the surfaces that you would have an option to get as an add-on kit if you decide to purchase. Now, again, it's limited time at this price for $37. You get the whole bundle together. So there, I just wanted to show you. And I did mine in a vintage type of chippy and added some different colors in there. But see, you would be able to paint yours however you like, but I give you lots of ideas and inspiration for other fun things that you could do for your sign. So I just wanted to share that. And now I can go ahead and get started with my project for tonight. Again, I did not know what I was going to do because there was so many fun things. A little bit about me is my name is Carrie, and I am the owner and creator with Steel Roots Market. And that is where I try to offer lots of creative supplies for you guys to do DIYs and lots of inspiration. And I have a variety of products. I carry IOD and Recycled. I carry Jamie Ray Vintage, um, Decoupage Queen, um, Miss Lillian's no wax paint line I have. So I have a lot of products, and you're welcome to join me on my website and get onto my newsletter where I share my shop updates and special offers. And one of the things that I enjoy the most is offering surfaces or like project kits or fun little things for you to create on, because sometimes you can't always find something to upcycle or create when you have these gorgeous let me just grab like gorgeous decoupage papers or something fun like this. And these were my inspirations tonight before I couldn't make a decision on what I wanted to do. But sometimes you just, you have a great piece of paper or project supplies that you want to use, and you don't always have the right surface. So I try to offer surfaces in my shop for you to use for your creative projects, whether you're a maker for your booth, or you want to do your own home decor or gift giving. I try to have some surfaces and different things like that for you. I do encourage you to get on my email list, because those are the customers that I showed what I have in stock first. I do them in limited edition, limited quantity at this time. So this surface is in my shop, just a plain, simple, large tag shape, and it is MDF. And these are great to paint on and stencil and use your transfers and stamp and all the molds. They're so fun. They're lightweight and they dry really well. Another thing I wanted to show you real quick is I'm not doing this tonight, but I almost was going to put one of these, it's the wrong one, on here. But this is what I wanted to explain. A lot of these surfaces I have, or little shapes that I try to offer, are great for all the things. So tonight, though, I decided that I wanted to use a new stencil that I got in stock by JRV, and it's a watering can with a pumpkin and some floral sprigs. And I thought this would be a great piece to transition now into fall. I personally have not started to decorate for fall. Have you guys? Who here has started to decorate for fall? I personally have not yet. I am more of a late decorator. I like to enjoy the season that we're in right now. And even though this weather, I'm in upstate New York, even though today, excuse me, and yesterday felt like fall to me, I have not started yet. But when I do start to decorate, I try to transition into lots of sunflowers, and then slowly into the other fun stuff. But I thought this would be a great thing to transition into and create this. So first, I'll tell you what I did first to just kind of get you up to speed. And if you were with me earlier, you saw that I was testing all this stuff with the equipment, and I was trying to paint this as I go, because I was trying to make sure this all would work for me. So I painted first a base coat of a chalk paint called Patina. It was like a shade of soft blue. And then I went on with some Crackle by Miss Lillian's. It's a Crackle medium. And we let that dry. And then I went over it with another layer of chalk paint in antique white. And so now my next step is I'm going to just kind of do a quick distress to get that crackle lifted off and expose some of the this patina shade. which you can start to see underneath. And as I'm creating here, I'm just going to kind of explain. I'm going to keep this kind of a simple piece because it is later in the evening and I have lots of ideas. Like I said, you could always really have fun with these and really add molds and do all the fun things with these types of projects. But tonight I'm going to keep it simple and really let that stencil highlight this piece. This board also had a small shiplap design. I like to show you this because if you really did not want that shiplap line to show, you could literally just put more paint on here and it wouldn't show because it's not engraved in. There's just a quick embossed in. But some people really enjoy that shiplap look. So I'm just going to give this a quick distress to take off that the chalk paint in certain areas. Actually, that one's kind of now the other thing I was wondering is, so if you have decorated with fall, do you do a certain type of color theme? Do you stay traditional oranges and fall colors? Do you jump right into Halloween decorating, or do you, what is some of your decorating styles? And then I'll tell you, if for those that don't know me, my style. That ghost is super cute. And I had a lot of fun ideas. It was a fun project. And you really could, do it in a lot of variety of colors. You could have done the picket fence in like browns or black and let that ghost stand out. But I love a vintage cottage type feel. So I always tend to go for these types of colors right now. And that is what I kind of do for I especially plan to do for this year. For my fall decorating. I do have a couple of things that I'm planning to change things up just a little bit, but nothing too much. Okay. So I'm kind of happy with that, how that is. If I wanted to come in and do more, you could take a wet wipe and wet distress it. That really lifts off stuff. But I did not put a lot of crackle underneath because that stencil is so large. It's going to take up a lot of the space. And I wanted to also do my other favorite is the IOD texture stamp set. I keep them like this. I did cut mine apart for those that know IOD. It has the 4 different sheets. So you could get like a look like this fine line, nice, big, wide, chippy. I love this one, like a real distress. And then this is like more like a crackle, I would say. I think I'm going to go with not that. I think I don't want this. This is the hard part, a decision. So maybe I will do this one, I'm thinking. So I'm going to come in and do some of this around the outside. And I decided I am going to use the stone gray IOD ink for that. And one of the reasons why I ended up cutting this, because this particular stamp especially, it's got that great backer. I mean, you certainly could take it off. For those that are familiar with the IOD, you know that you can do that, but those that aren't. So I think I'm going to use this one in the stone gray. And I did just ink my ink pad up. So I'm going to test it a little bit just because I did just ink it earlier. It looks like I might need some more. So this is the IOD ink pad and their inks. This is the color Stone Gray. So this is going to give a nice soft. You could come in with black or whatever color you would like. I love having these because you can re-ink them and have them not dry out as much. There we go. And I'm not going to go crazy. I think I'm just going to kind of go around the center because of what I plan on doing for, okay, I love that. All right. So even though I just stamped on that paper, I still am going to come in and do this like this. That messed up a little bit, but we can fix that. And I will try and go back to look at comments or any questions or anything like that a little bit later as we go through the evening. And I'm going to turn this. Again, I'm sorry about the not having a full screen. I'm not sure why. We think it's the phone not allowing it to go the full width, which I don't remember that having that before. So I'm just coming in just certain spots to give it texture, to give it a little look. I got one more spot here. And then we can get stenciling. And I think I'm going to just touch it up right here. Just in case some of the areas peek through from the stencil. Okay. All right, so that's all set. So I'm going to move that to the side. While I'm waiting a second for that to dry up a little bit, because the inks are pretty juicy and I do like to let this dry just a little bit, I wanted to show you some other options that you could do to before you started stenciling. I was originally going to use some molds to kind of cover this area up and make it into like a framed area. And I just love this IOD oak leaves and acorn mold. So I thought that would have been beautiful. And then I had also pulled out the Dainty Flourishes mold because I love the flourishes. So I was going to try and create something. But then once I saw how busy the stencil was, I decided against that. But I just wanted to share that with you. For an option to create with on these surfaces. So the other mold that would have been cute too is maybe the new bow mold. That would have been cute. And the reason why is because I'm not crazy how wide this is, but I'm going to make it work. And what I decided is if I do not like it tomorrow after, I can go ahead and add in some molds after that. So this is the stencil, and as you can see, it's pretty large. It might be hard to see, but it's it fits this whole board with very little room. So what I thought I would like to do is I just love using texture paste or 3D powder. And I was trying to make a decision which one I wanted to do, but I think I'm going to go with texture paste and not color it. You could still color it, but I think I'm going to go with it just this, because my plan is once I texture this through the stencil, I want to come in with maybe some glazes, and then finish off with a wash of like an umber antique glaze to kind of pull it all together and make it nice, vintage, chippy looking, an old piece for fall with that pumpkin and things. But if that wasn't your style, this would be so fun to stencil. You've got the pumpkin, you've got this berry twigs, and you've got the watering can. You could totally come in, stencil this, and have fun with that watering can, do patinas, you could do the metalsmith. There are so many fun things. You could stencil this all white and then come in and shade the berries and the pumpkin. So there's a lot of great things for this stencil that you could do to make this your own. I'm actually going to see if I do this. I should have done that sooner. Sorry. So that's my plan. I think I'm going to go ahead and stencil this in with the Pentart structure paste, and then we can go from there with that. So I think this is still a little tacky, so I'm going to try and dry it just a little bit. Okay. That the IOD inks do take just a little bit of time longer to dry. They are fantastic ink, especially if you like to do any fabrics or anything like that. Those IOD inks are really good. Now, remember where I said I can fix this and I might do up here? What I'm going to do is, now that it's a little bit dry and I know I won't smudge other areas, I'm going to come in and just sand that off to expose that beautiful patina color underneath. And I might go right here. And I'm going a little bit heavier on the edges so that it makes it look like it's a little bit more worn. I love when I use the antique glazes at the end, how it just picks up the different layers, because we've exposed some of the wood. We've got the patina color underneath. We'll have this cream on top, and then we're going to have that texture paste in white on top. It'll look fall and moody for fall, I guess is the new trend word, moody decor. But yeah, it still will be kind of simple with this. Now, I forgot my painter's tape, which normally I would tape that down so that it didn't move on me. So we're just going to be really careful. Now, I think want it like this. It doesn't matter which way, just a preference, whatever. So I think I like it like this. And we're going to go ahead and apply this texture paste right onto this. Now, for those that have done any, the silk screen like Chocator or any of those things, I'm just basically going to glide this right over. Actually, I'm going to use the squeegee and just glide this over and let it go right into the stencil. And so that we will have a nice raised effect. Again, if you're not used to doing this, you might want to tape this down, but we're just going to go with it. This stencil, again, for those that haven't seen it, is by Jamie Ray Vintage. I absolutely love her stencils. I do have a variety of stencils. I have stencils, Royce's stencils. I have Decoupage Queen stencils. I have these stencils by Jamie Ray and Mara's. I have Mara's stencils that are amazing. Goodness, I hope I'm not forgetting anybody else. Because we have so many wonderful creative distributors that I try to get from. For those that are local, I do have a little shop that you can come and browse by appointment only. For those that are local, know that I, during the day, do work. So I only have limited time to do in person. But I love to have you come. And I know that when people are doing projects, sometimes they just want to see, like if you have a furniture piece that you're working on and you want to see a particular decoupage paper, or you want to see something in person, a transfer or stencils. There's some beautiful stencils for furniture. Sometimes you just want to see it in person before you commit to buying it. So if you're local, message me. And I love to set up times. Also, that's another great reason to get onto my newsletter, because I do have certain days that I will say I'm going to be available and having, open up and you can come and browse. I do have paints and tons of supplies, Pentart, mixed media supplies, all that type of thing. So I'm just going to leave this here for a moment just so you can kind of see now. It kind of shows in the screen what it looks like. And I think I got all my areas. There's a couple spots here that need to get refilled. Again, if you're doing this, normally I would kind of use some painter's tape and to hold it down. And then the next thing I want to tell you about, how am I doing on time? Well, I guess I'm the last one, so, but it's 8:30. Okay. A fun technique that I have done in the past doing this is coming in, not lifting the stencil, but coming in and giving some shadows, shades to this. That would be a really fun technique too. And what I would love to use if I was doing this tonight, I'm not going to, but I have these amazing glazes. I can't get my hands to all of them. I happen to have one here, but I have these glazes by, here's a red. I'm not going to use the red, but that would be pretty. These metallic glazes by Miss Lillian's. And they just the metallic gives it a nice shimmer, but they just look so beautiful. And one of my favorites is the gold and the patina. There's one called patina. And they're just really sharp, really pretty looking. And that's what I was thinking of earlier. But I didn't really have what I would call fall colors. It's not something that I have in my personal stock. Now, one thing I will tell you with miscellaneous products, there's so many color options that you could order. I could give you a link and you can order from her and she will ship it out to you, because there is no possible way I can carry everything she has. She has like 180 colors just in chalk paint alone. If you hopefully this weekend I will share. I just did my doors, my front doors and my breezeway door, painted them because she carries front door paint, it's called, and it was amazing. I absolutely love it. So if just make sure you're following me and you'll see those things. So I'm pretty happy with this. I'm not going for a really thick, chunky layer. I just want something really soft. And so I'm going to go ahead and lift it carefully to see. And one thing I will tell you, when you're using these products, you want to make sure you take care of these stencils, because wash them right away. I'm going to set mine aside and hopefully remember tonight to get that washed. I'm going to pick this up. We'll let this kind of just hang out for a second, because I don't want to lose too much of the volume on that. But again, there's a lot of fun things that you could do with that from here. So I am going to kind of give you a peek here. Now, if you were to let that completely dry, you could come in and shade the pumpkin, do the stem green. You could paint this inside the watering can if you wanted to. You know, the berries and twigs. You could really have some fun with that and do that. Again, like I said, I am going to let this dry, and then I might come in. I might grab that patina glaze now that I'm thinking of it, because it would make this pop. And then I'm going to finish it off with miscellaneous antiquing glaze. And I'm going to wash it over the whole thing when I do that. So I'm going to go ahead and dry this. I'm sorry about the noise if it does, but I want to give it a little dry. Okay, so since it's not very thick, it's drying fairly quickly, but I wanted to show you, look how fun that pumpkin is with that texture. And you could come in now, so as you can see, it's pretty much dry. You could come in and paint that if you wanted to. Or another fun technique that I've done in the past that I like is using chalk. And when I mean chalk, is back many years ago, I had gotten a chalk set from Stamping Up, when you used to do the card making and all that. Sometimes I would come in and dust colors on here, and it just gives a really nice, soft, fun shade to something different, something fun to do if you have those things. A lot of us had those things from back long ago from the Stampin' Up, but that's another fun thing that you could do. But I really like the way the texture and all that looks for that. It makes a nice, different type of project. The other thing I wanted to just take a quick second, we'll finish letting this dry. For those that might have popped on that are wondering, this is a page hop for the Creative Course collaboration. We jumped into the Crafty Bunch Facebook group, which is an amazing group for those that love creative DIYs and inspiration. You're going to want to get into the Crafty Bunch Facebook group and the Creative Course collaboration Facebook group. So I am in this page hop with several other creative artists. We joined together and created a Fall Flair bundle. And what it is Fall Flair has 9 tutorials in it. You get all of these tutorials. There's mixed media, there's watercolor, there's decoupage, there's the artistic pumpkin, the sunflower, the beautiful, beautiful, all kinds of beautiful things. Tons of techniques, just tons. Then for a limited time deal, right now you get 4 more tutorials, and they're themed on Halloween, and you get all of that for $37. So it is a fantastic deal. And the neat feature about it is you're getting several different artists, creators. And yes, you may already know how to decoupage or do resin pour or do these types of things, but it's always fun and great to be able to see what other creators do it. You know, you'll pick up tips, you'll pick up inspiration, you'll pick up ideas. And this time of year is a great time to get these, because as the cooler weather is approaching, you want to get some creative time in. You would be able to watch these at your own pace, and they're yours for lifetime. And then another little feature on these is some of the tutorials have optional kits. So as I was showing you in the beginning of the video, I did the Hey Boo, that large wooden sign. If you purchase this bundle, you have an opportunity to get this at a discounted rate. And there's lots of different ones. There's several different ones of the makers did. So I just wanted to take a minute to share that again with anybody that may have just hopped on and wanted to take opportunity in that. The other thing I wanted to share that I forgot to mention earlier is there is a giveaway happening for this page hop. And I think I got the link in here for Facebook. I'll try and add it in YouTube later, but there is a giveaway. And Amanda from I think I have it in there, but she will be drawing the winner over in the Creative Course Collab. I believe will be the drawing for that. I'm wondering if Amanda's in. Okay, she'll put the details, I'm sure. But it's a great opportunity to get some creative inspiration. And I know Amanda said earlier, if you are a creative and you would like to join in, send her a message and connect with her with it, because it's a lot of fun. And the creators are just so wonderful. We all enjoy working with each other, and it's a lot of fun. The other thing too I wanted to mention is if you missed some of the other creators today, you have an opportunity to go back and watch them, and you can see all the amazing projects that were done today throughout the day. So let me grab my patina glaze. So this is the Miss Lillian's metallic glaze, and it's in the shade Patina. And I just love this. These bottles will last a really long time. They do have a metallic sheen to them. And how I like to do them. So you could use this on like any of your projects, furniture, all your upcycling, like little home decor things. So I'm just going to take a small brush and just come in here and just hit some of the spots and kind of just pull it down just to do a little bit. And I just love the way, well, I love anything with patina or rust. So this is just another fun way to play with some different materials, get creative, have fun. These are great for if you're a maker and you have little booth or you need decor signs. There was a lot of great projects today. If anybody was watching and had something that they loved and they're going to be trying, I would love to hear that. And I'm just using my finger. Coming in and giving it some shading. And I'm going to do, I'm not going to do like different colors. I'm just going to kind of add it here and there. And then, let's see, I'm going to take a little bit of water. And almost make it like you're watercoloring. And just going to hit just some of the spots. The other thing I might do is take a sponge and sponge it and see if that texture works a little bit. So this is just playing and experimenting. I did not have the plan to go with the patina on this. I was going to just do the antique glaze, but I just kind of want to see if it adds a little. And the other thing I could do is put the stencil back on and have it, you know, only hit the high parts of the texture paste. And I know it's getting on the later side. So if you don't stick with me as I finish, make sure you come back to check it out. And I also invite you to jump over to my website And if you're there browsing, there's a pop-up that will come up. You can join my email list. And that's where I share a lot of my shop updates. It's hard to see in this lighting, but it's giving it a little, just a very soft metallic on the spots where I'm applying this metallic patina. And I think it's going to look nice once I do that wash over the whole piece. I'm actually thinking of actually pouncing a little bit on here to bring it up. And this is just all something I wasn't planning. I do have this stencil and a huge variety of other stencils in stock. Lots of good fall ones. Okay, now I'm just going to hit with a wet wipe just to take some of it off, because when we come over with that antique glaze, I'm hoping, my plan is that it will tie it together and give it a nice vintage cottagey type look. I love always trying new things, and this was totally not planned tonight for this. But I'm liking the way it worked out. So while I'm here, I'm just kind of distressing a little bit more in the spots that didn't, the stencil didn't like fully, oops, cover in. And to do that, you can just come in and don't forget to go like in different directions, because you don't want, you know, it all following the same. And we'll do one right here. Okay, and I'm gonna wait just a little bit longer. So to put the antique glaze on. So I have a little bit more time. I'm not sure. I never asked Amanda if she was coming back on. Because I am the last one in the page hop. My for those that are watching on YouTube or the Crafty Bunch or the Creative Course Club, my Facebook page is Steel Roots Market. I would love to have you to jump over and join me over there also as well. Okay. It's a little bit damp, but I think it's going to be okay. And so to finish this off for tonight, obviously I'll put a bow, do something simple for hanging. I think one single ribbon is what I was thinking I will do. I have like a taupe ribbon that I was thinking of doing for that, and not putting a bow on because the stencil is so busy, and we have the texture with the crackle stamp and then that metallic glaze. I don't know if you can see, maybe if I turn it, it does have like a little metallic shine to it, and it is really pretty. If I was going to redo this again, the only change so far that I would do is instead of the antique white, I think I would have gone a little bit lighter, maybe a little bit lighter than an antique white. I think maybe a cream. There's so many colors, and I do have several. I think that lighter would have been a nice contrast to it. So before I start to apply this, I want to tell you, this is the antiquing glaze. There's lots of colors of this available. I absolutely love the antiquing glaze. I use it all the time. And you're going to put it on. So my method that I usually do most of the time is apply it, and then I'll let it sit for a half a second, half a minute or so, just enough to let it kind of get into the area. And then you can come back with a wet wipe or a shop rag or something and pull it away. And then if you want it to apply it again in the same spot, you can, to get more depth and such. But this works great on furniture and all your smalls and mixed media pieces and such. So that's how I'm going to do that. Another way that I do sometimes like to do is with a sponge. I love using sponges for my projects, and for a lot of reasons, texture, it just gives it another layer of depth for projects to make them look. And actually, let's just go ahead and see, since I have the sponge here, how that would look. Again, sometimes you can wipe it on, but the sponge, does give it a little fun texture. So then I let it wait a little bit, and then I come back in and wipe it away. Then if I want a little bit more shading, then I could go ahead definitely in and do more. So also too, keeping in mind, this is my fall decor, my vintage shabby style. So I don't want to do like oranges and the burnt oranges, but if that's your color choice, that would be really fun and great to do. And this stencil would be so much fun. I'm going to go ahead and pounce some in onto that texture paste, and so that we can see how this is going to really look here. And this sponge is fun too, because you can kind of like decide if you want it darker in some areas. You can kind of have more control than if you went with a paintbrush and just applied it on. Again, I have this stencil and lots of other fun ones. This is one of the new, I think this is the new one. I can't remember. Jamie Ray just came out with a bunch of new stencils. We got some new rice papers in stock too. I have the new Royce stencils. So those are there in stock, but there's some really cute fall ones. There's a fall bicycle, a fall truck, a fall wheelbarrow. Oh, the fall cottage. That's a really cute one. And then there is a pack of minis that has all the designs, but they're just in the small size so that you could do lots of small projects. So now you just come in here and wipe away where you want it to be a little lighter. And if you can see how it's just making it look like an aged old sign. I love that. You have that little bit of patina coming through. You've got the crackle appearance. We've got the distress that we did with the paints and things. And so it's just making it look like a nice, fun, vintage sign for fall. This pumpkin will be fun to do when we get down to that. If you have to hop off, feel free to stop in tomorrow to check out. I'll make sure to share pictures. I'm going to get a simple ribbon to hang from this. I'm not going to put a bow. If you had this, if you are interested in this giant tag, I have it in my shop. I'll make sure to, if you can't find it, message me. I have a lot of products in the shop, and sometimes it's hard to find certain things. If you like the patinas or the metallic glazes, anything, you're welcome to message me, and I can help you with that to find them and get them. And if I don't have something in stock, I happily can order it for you or get you in the direction to get it ordered. I love that. So see, I wasn't sure what I was going to do tonight. And this went into a different direction, and I'm liking it. And I really just want to see how this pumpkin's going to look. So I'm kind of trying to work my way down. So for those that may have not seen, I used the Jamie Ray Vintage with the Structure Paste by Pentart and just squeegeed it on, just like, you know, with the little squeegee. Then once it was dry, we came in with the Miss Lillian's Metallic Glaze. And now, once that was dry, we're coming in with some Antique Glaze and Burnt. This one is Burnt Umber. And that crackle appearance is a stamp, the IOD texture set stamp. That has 4 amazing different vintagey type textures. And that stamp set is something every creative needs, in my opinion. That is like the go-to stamp when somebody's just joining into the IOD world and they want to start with stamps. Because if you're a paper crafter, you can use that on everything. And it is so much fun. Look at that fun pumpkin with that before I've even wiped away. And I'm only going to do this side darker. I'm going to kind of only just dab that and see how it is, because we can always go back in and add more. I don't know what happened right here. It almost looks like a different shade of paint, but it's not. I don't know. I kind of am really loving this down here, especially with that patina. I might do that a little bit more up here now just to see, because we can always wipe away. Let me just turn it so I can reach it better. So this is the fun stuff. This is being able to just play, experiment, and that's why this creative course bundle is so much fun, because you're seeing so many different aspects, different artists doing things differently, and you're like, oh, I want to try that, or oh, I want to be able to just kind of work with some new products that I might not have had. You know, you can see that I love seeing different products. I love so this is where I'm kind of feeling like I'm happy with it. I might come in and take a little bit more away after it sits in, because I'm kind of going fast now because it is 9 o'clock. So I'm going to let it sit for a little bit. There is time, even as this dries a little bit, you can come in and wipe it up and still remove some of that. If I had sealed before I applied, it would have been even easier. But again, I'm going for a vintage, fall inspired decor piece. Now that I'm looking at this, a beautiful burnt orange or one of those fun shades that they're coming out with would be pretty for a ribbon hanger on this. But again, I might come in and remove a little bit more of the antique glaze, but I'm really liking how that patina pops out through that and having this. So when this is dry completely and I'm happy with how the antique glaze looks and everything, I will go over this with a sealer. Even though it's just a decor piece, I will go over it with a sealer just to kind of give it, I'm thinking for this piece, it would kind of give it like a little bit of make it pop even a little bit more. So I definitely will do that and add the ribbon, and I will take pictures in the daylight so you can see that. But I'm really, really loving how that structure paste almost makes it look like cement. And you've got like little patina with that glaze. I'm really liking how this turned out. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, it is so hard to know when to stop. And thank you. Thank you guys. I'm really liking that, how it is. It went a different direction than what I thought, but I'm liking this even because for fall, you want a little bit of a darker, moodier piece. And it's a fun piece, and I've got to play with that stencil. I had been wanting to use that stencil. So if you have any questions, feel free to message me or leave them here. I will try and get back to them, whether you're on YouTube, because I do have this streaming in YouTube and my Facebook, and the other two groups, the Creative Course Collab and the Crafty Bunch. And if you have not joined, I see some friends on here, if you have not joined, like Jean, you would love the Crafty Bunch. Kendra, all of you guys would love the Crafty Bunch. It's a great Facebook page to hop over, and then make sure you jump into the Creative Course Collaboration. I'll try to make sure those links are in when I'm done, because I don't dare touch anything right now. But the Creative Course Collab is right now limited time offer, $37, and you get the 9. You're technically getting 13 tutorials. Let me get my paper. So you're gonna get all these gorgeous tutorials by different creative artists. Again, like I said, it's so much fun to work with other people to watch, especially as this cooler weather set in and you have a day where you might be inside and you want to just watch these. These are lifetime access that you're going to have to these tutorials for the limited time. And this one goes with this bundle. I keep forgetting that. This top one, this gorgeous tablescape, and I don't know how to do that. So that looks like really fun. You get those, but for the limited time, Amanda's adding in these 4 Halloween tutorials into this offer of 9. So you're going to get a total of 13 tutorials for $37. And that is a limited time. And the one I did is in the Halloween bundle, the Hey Boo, which I showed earlier. It's a really big piece. And you have the option, if you want, to purchase that surface at a discount through this offer. Look at that. I just noticed that cat, how cute that is. So cute. So thank you all for watching and joining. Thank you, Michelle. For the top coat, I'm thinking I'm just going to use a matte and see how that works. A matte top coat, because I don't want it like glossy, but I think a top coat definitely will help make it, just kind of give it the finishing touch, make it pop. But then again, I'm going to wait in the daylight. It's so dark, dark here right now. I'll wait and see what it looks like in the morning and then make a decision. But I definitely probably will not do a glossy. It'll probably be a matte. And if I change my mind, I'll video and let people know, because now my head is spinning now that you said that. I could use maybe some embellishment butter or a wax. I'm not sure. We'll see how it looks in the morning and once it's fully dried, and go from there. And again, if anybody's interested in these surfaces, I do have this one available, and I can put this in my list to start making this week. I have a couple that I'm featuring right now, and I do cut these myself. So with my full-time job, it gets me, I have to limit how many I can commit myself to at a time. Okay, so I was last up, so I think we're all set, and I'm going to say goodnight, and feel free to message me, Amanda. I think we're all set. Everyone have a great night. Thank you for watching.